Namaste, Angels is the weekly love reading for the period of Sunday, October 14th through Saturday, October 20th. And I did the general reading not too long ago. I want to mention there was an overlying theme there of Psalm 23. I mentioned it in pieces as I went over some of the cards, but I'll just go ahead and read it for you guys for those who don't know it in order. Because it may apply again. I don't know. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters, refreshes my soul. He guides me along a righteous path for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou maketh a table before me in the presence of my enemies, and anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. You might say, like, how did that relate to the general reading? Well, the cups were the connected to Scorpio. The rod and thy staff, that's basically like two canes, or like a two of wands, a two of staves, which represents, of course, divine unions in the tarot. The shadow of death, that brought in the Scorpio too. Scorpio being the sign of death and rebirth. Why is it so prevalent? Well, right now, today, the day on which I'm doing this reading, the moon is there. And in addition, Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter are all there. I also mentioned that, again, today, the day on which I'm doing this reading, which is October 11th, the moon is in Scorpio. But tomorrow, the 12th, for 2 days, it enters Sagittarius. There's the rod and the staff. And then on the 14th, the first day for which this reading is, it enters Capricorn. So there's the evil and, the devil, right? In the tarot, the devil represents the sign of Capricorn. All right, so we may see evidence of that stuff again. Also in the general reading, there was the masculine. You'll see when you see the reading what I mean by this. Definitely an indication that he has two loves and may need to choose between them. That doesn't necessarily mean two romantic loves. It can be like, if it's people in both cases, it can be like a romantic interest and one's family, right? And then struggle between those two. It can be like one job and another. You have an opportunity that comes up. You got to pick one. You can't do both. Or an opportunity to go to school and to work. Or it could be two romantic interests. And in some cases, actually being like legally married, or at least feeling married or attached to one of the things or people. And wanting to, break away from that and get with the other. Or choose the other. All right, so knowing those things, here I go. Beginning, as far as the dice concerned, with stay in bed. Forget it. And eat cake. Spirit says 29, which was also the case in the general readings. 29, spiritual partnership. Massage. And it's 50-50. This could be divorces. This could be 50-50 splits. Because I actually ended up in the general reading with justice crowning both the masculine and the feminine. Like mirroring one another. So could be that. Could be the need to both put like equal effort. Nobody should be carrying all 10 staves, right? 10 wands or rods by themselves. They need to lay down those burdens, at least half of them. And it can be like also like a take it or leave it sort of thing. Or maybe like choosing between two things or people. Like I said, the masculine might have to do. I'm going to do the masculines spread this week with the Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot, beginning with the Two of Water, or Two of Cups. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. Opening to Major Arcana card Balance. It's 50-50. We just saw that in the dice. Major Arcana card Balance represents the sign of Sagittarius, where the moon will be as of tomorrow. The need for balance and moderation. Cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. This is Temperance in the traditional tarot, which is all about healing energy coming from the universe. Also, for me, Temperance represents the sign of Aquarius too. In the tarot, Sagittarius. For me, Aquarius. Why? Here goes the water bearer right here on the card. There's an angel standing in a pool of water, holding two vessels, pouring water back and forth between them. And that also came in to play with the general as far as Psalm 23, which equals 5, by the way. So changes in these areas, maybe that I'm mentioning, by being led to the still and quiet waters, right? He leads me to still waters. That's the water bearer. This can be also about a need to, get balance, but I mean, it can be associated with justice too, like balance in terms of the scales. So again, it could be tied to some sort of legal issue and the universe sending energy to help you complete that phase. Maybe in, again, a marriage, a divorce type of situation, some sort of split. Two of Water. King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative, or you might get advice from someone creative, even if you don't ask for it. The King of Fire is a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or maybe a Scorpio. Could be the planet Mars, the red planet, ruler of Aries and Scorpio. Could be the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius. Two of Water. And Major Arcana card Awakening, number 12, which is the Hangman in the traditional tarot, represents for me the planet Neptune in the sign of Pisces, which it rules. Look at things from a different perspective. You're at a temporary standstill. In the meantime, it's important to be yourself. It means being honest with yourself about what you want, what your dreams are, what your goals are, so that when the clock starts moving again, after we get out of this place that feels like we're in limbo, or air of suspension, you got to be ready to decide or to take some sort of action. Again, quite possibly in relation to some sort of partnership. Two of Water. And the Seven of Earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, just like the card we just read suggested. Just because there's a pause, there's no need to worry, okay? Any worry is unnecessary. We plant the seeds, they're going to grow. We just got to wait. So again, possibly having to do with partnership. Seven of Earth. And the Nine of Water. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away and you have a love of life. The Nine of Water, as it relates to love, is like a big yes from the minor arcana. Yes to whatever your yes or no question as it relates to love was. Very positive. It's also about wishes being granted in general, dreams coming true, prayers being answered. They're showing me Major Arcana card 13 as I hold the cards in my hand. Major Arcana card 13 is release in this deck, or death in the traditional tarot, which represents the planet Pluto and the sign of Scorpio. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. Again, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and the moon all there. as of this moment. I also had mentioned last week that this week, next week, and the week after, in my opinion, are prime time to get any kind of services that you would want. You know, readings, energy healing, and all those things of that nature. Why? Because of the Scorpio energy. And this week is the first week moving toward that period where all these bodies are going to be together in Scorpio. Next week is when they'll actually be there, and the week after is when they'll be moving out. Venus leaves on the 31st, on Halloween. Halloween, the day believed by many cultures, although considered a pagan holiday, to be where the veil between, you know, our plane, this plane of existence, here, the 3D, whatever you want to call it, this dimensional reality, and the spiritual realms, the thinnest. So again, for those reasons, it's a really optimum time, in my opinion, not just because I provide these services, but, you know, my professional opinion based on that, on those things, to get any service that you may want. On that note, I'll just go ahead and cut. The Six of Air. Things are looking up. It's the end of a difficult situation. You may even be taking a trip. This can be about actual vacations or visiting one another, perhaps across water. This could be, he leadeth me to still waters, calmer, stiller, you know, less difficulties. Like the difficulties are behind us. This can also be about planning vacations, and it can be like a figure of speech, like, you know, figurative or metaphorical, just positive movement forward where there hadn't been before. The overall energy is Major Arcana card 6, the Lovers, with Archangel Raphael. Important relationships. Intimate relationships. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, they're important too, but intimate relationships is what the card actually says. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. Yes, because everybody wants to see the Lovers show up in their love reading, but it doesn't only pertain to love. It can have to do with having to make a decision. And in that case, it's like a heart versus head decision, you know, where your heart, my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yeah, like that R. Kelly song. Your heart is telling you to pursue, you know, your passion. And your desire, and your mind might be saying, but no, that's not what my family wants, that's not what my mom wants, that's not what makes you know, financial sense, that's not what makes cultural sense, ideological sense, you know, what would the pastor say, what would the neighbor say, all that kind of stuff. So you're fighting yourself. Intellect versus emotion. Divine Feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine this week. About himself and the union as a whole. Overall, the masculine will have the feminine do toward the union this week as it relates to love. What he himself is willing to, and what the universe would have the two do. They're going to have to affirm, you know, first themselves that they'll do that, and the universe will give them full support. And I think this is 2 going down here for the outcome. It looks like 2. Felt like 2. All right. I'm also feeling a way about that Temperance card. Major Arcana card 14 equals 5. Because I had also pointed out that Psalm 23 equals 5. So there may be a connection there with that too. All right. Divine Feminine. The 4 of Air. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. There can be, again, a decision that we're having to make. Heart versus head. Also, there may be a need for actual rest. Having done too much, it should be 50-50, and maybe you've been doing it all. carrying the full load, you need to rest because of that. You might just need some meditation in general. This is the month of Heshvan, which I mentioned last week. It began on the 10th, which was yesterday. And that is the month on the Jewish calendar where we are encouraged to just be and to basically live life, appreciate life, be thankful, for the fact that we're here, and live. Not like just spending our time doing and working and time passing and days passing, and you look up and and you're old and you didn't appreciate it. So that can all be involved this week for the feminine. Also, we just saw the 6 of air, which I said can be about taking a trip or something. The 4 of air, when it shows up for me, is similar, but it's more about the planning stages, and deciding maybe should I go, should we do, how are we going to do this and all that. So the planning stages of a trip is possible too. The masculine about the feminine. Ooh, I love this. Major Arcana card, the Sun, number 19. Happy outcome. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success if you have confidence in yourself. This can also be about him coming into some sort of, in having some sort of revelation about her and their connection, right? Becoming illuminated. That's what the sun does. It shines a light on everything. It can be sort of figurative too, as in like the spotlight on her, like she's a star. And his focus is on her this week. May be connected to an actual Sagittarius. The sun in the tarot represents the sign of Sagittarius. And it could be any of the fire signs too. In order, I would say next up is Leo, because the actual sun, which would probably make Leo first, but I don't know. I didn't design the tarot. But the actual sun, Earth's star, the sun, is the ruler of the sign of Leo. So in that order, Sagittarius, Leo, then Aries, as it relates to the fire signs. About himself this week, Major Arcana card, the Empress with Archangel Gabriel. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. This is about coming up with creative ways in order to bring about abundance. To pursue your passions and turn them into like a job, or, to insinuate them into your current job or career to make it more productive. Make yourself more productive. Also, this is about, being attractive, feeling attractive, and, having people notice you. You're sort of in the spotlight too. You're just popular and, just bright and sunny. I guess the way you see the feminine is you, because the Empress represents the planet Venus in the tarot and the signs that she rules: Taurus, Libra, Gemini. And that's what she's all about. She is the, planet and goddess of popularity, beauty, money, love, confidence. So that's what you're exuding here. The Empress also about fertile energy, right? And wanting a new start, being ready for a new start, ready to take a leap at a new opportunity. And also to nurture one's self or others. Could be a connection here with him and just the mother energy. And again, that may be because of Venus's current location, right? She's there in Scorpio, which is very intense. About the union as a whole. The World. Major Arcana card 21. I want you to notice there's 2 3s sitting here side by side also. The Major Arcana card, the Empress, is a 3, and of course 21 equals 3, the World. Now, the World for me has fire element energy. I haven't attributed it to a particular sign, but it represents fire signs for me. A job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude in the path toward enlightenment. Many people, when they read the World, tarot practitioners, and if you looked it up or something, I don't know, would probably say, means the world is your oyster and the world is at your feet, and, the whole world ahead of you and all that kind of stuff. That's not what it means at all for me. The World is about moving out of a particular circumstance, relationship, situation that you've been in way too damn long, like you overstayed your welcome. And I call it like my waiting to exhale card, because it's what you're finally, the universe helping you out of that, and you can finally like take that breath of relief, like, like that's over. You know, why was I married to this person so long? Why did I stay at that job so long? Like I knew I needed to move forward. You know, whatever it is, it can apply different ways. So this is like the relationship had been in a place where we could have taken action. The divine masculine could have taken action. The divine feminine could have taken action. And maybe we were encouraged to even. The universe tried to nudge us to do these things, and we let our free will and, you know, come in and be guided by fear and stuff. And that prevented thing that kept us stuck in old situations. And so now we're finally coming out of them. Overall, the Magician, Major Arcana card number 1. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. So whatever was preventing you from moving forward as an individual or in partnership, because, you know, this can apply to singles too, and to coupled people as it relates to, you know, their individual lives. We're not just joined at the hip. You know, we all have our own individuality. Whatever was holding you back, you always could have manifested it. Like Dorothy could have always clicked her heels together, but she didn't realize until she got, you know, to the Emerald City that was the case. You know, so it took a while. She had to go through a long, overdrawn process that she shouldn't have, but you know, that's the case. And now she realizes that she could manifest. So we're in that same position. You know, we could have clicked our heels a long time ago. We did not. But now we're awakening to the fact that we can bring about whatever kind of abundance it is we desire or feel we need in order to move forward. And even one another, we can pull each other toward the other. We have that magnetism, and we can, without just by our will, and sometimes with the extra support of divine will, we can pull our partner toward us. The Magician for me represents the sign of Gemini, and other mutable signs, Sagittarius, Pisces, Virgo. What the masculine would have the feminine do toward the union this week: 10 of fire. Told you. You kind of lay down the burdens. You can't carry them all yourself. That's why we're tired. That's why we need a break. He wants to take on half, right? It's 50-50. Too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance, and that leads to stress-related health concerns. Hashtag boom. The masculine himself is willing to do this with, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. This can be the project for some. And remember I said it represents fire energy for me, and it's 21 equals 3, so it's kind of like a 3 of fire, and then we progress to this 4 of fire. Like this is the project, and then when it's done, we have that joy and contentment and peace, and it's here. This can also mean actually like entering, or at least approaching, discussing some sort of partnership, or just getting together anywhere, anyhow, that brings about peace, joy, happiness, contentment. Even if that's you sitting alone, you know, in a room, having taken that sigh of relief finally, that may be enough to make you feel this way this week. It's definitely a positive move forward. What the universe would have the two do that it would 100% support them with, but they have to first affirm it, is boom. Major Arcana card, balance or temperance. So this is the healing aspects of it. Again, as individuals or the union as a whole, universe very happy to step in and support us here. The need for balance and moderation, and maybe also to split this. Like, how can we come together and work together, compromise, cooperate 50-50 toward our relationships? How? I'm willing to do it, universe. Now, please, help me and show me how. what will you have me do? I completely commit to this. And then that's how that works. Wait for perfect timing. Which I think is now. Again, I don't know why I was, right before I did the general reading, as I was shuffling and I'm seeing cards, like my gifts work in interesting ways sometimes. I saw the King of Wands, or I was starting with the King of Wands. I was starting with the Wheel of Fortune, I think it was, which is connected to several signs, and the planet Jupiter, like all the fixed signs, the planet Jupiter. So I started seeing like Sagittarius, Scorpio, the Wands, the cup running over, this, and hearing at the same time in my head the Psalm. And I said, that's part of the reading, All right, the outcome. We got 2. The 10 of Air, so the end of a difficult situation. Again, we're finally coming out of a situation and moving toward a place of peace, laying down the burdens, getting some rest, recovering, restoration, being made whole again with balance or temperance. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Somebody can be even recovering from an addiction. And addiction doesn't have to be like, oh, substance abuse, they were drinking, they were on drugs. I mean, that could be part of it. But anything upon which we were codependent, or upon whom we were codependent, or that's been codependent upon us is, an addiction and a toxicity that is coming to an end. And boom, that's the outcome. The 6 of Fire. Victory. Good news, it's on its way. Public recognition or awards. That victory could be like you announcing a commitment, coming out to the world, or just you as an individual again, having successfully completed phase of relationship, ending a toxic one, moving. That 4 of Wands could be like moving to a new home, especially with the 6 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. It could be moving literally, if not, just figuratively. From the perspective of the universe, I'm going to go to the hashtag creepy deck. I was going to use different cards for this piece today, but then when something that came up on the side of the feminine and the general, which was there can be like somebody taking revenge, attempting to take revenge, or to block one's blessing, steal somebody's spotlight, joy. And they could be an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or to combat it, you could be taking on that energy of the Queen of Swords and how she is able to cut people, places, and things that don't serve her out of her life like no other. So I said, well, let's use these so we can see if any of these like triangle or gossip and stuff turn up. And sure enough, I'm beginning with triangle. Also, again, this could relate to the masculine, as he had very clearly to me 2 loves with, from which to choose between in, many cases. Speaking of the Queen of Swords, here she is, the Ice Queen. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Venus, Mercury, it could be 2. Also a representation of the nodes, which are Leo, the true node, or the north node, with that big cat that she was standing there with, and Aquarius, which is currently the south node, which will be the case until November 7th, I think, when they move, until they move to the true node will become Cancer, and the south node will become Capricorn. Anyway, triangle. And open into dark male, which is the representation of the divine masculine for me in this deck. triangle. So that can be like a confirmation that this triangle that we're looking at now, for many, is about him and the choice that he has to make with the two things. Also opening to communication. Triangle. All right, there's the dark male again. But also opening to new love. It's going to be a brand new relationship for some. For others, this can be love anew, renewed, reunion. Or in a new way after we make an adjustment here by getting rid of a third wheel. Triangle. Oh, there goes the gossip. On that note, you know what? I will go ahead and cut. Something just fell in my room, so I'm sure you heard that. I'm just going to keep going. And it's young male. There was also evidence that there might be an older fire sign and a younger Scorpio involved. Or younger water sign in general. An older fire sign, or that could just be the younger maybe water sign. I mean, it could be any sign, but but the way it came up in the general, maybe water sign male taking on, like, just like assuming his power and his role and his place as the divine masculine. There are quite a few May-December relationships on this journey, along this path. Overall energy is past life. Divine couple. Recent past. Masculine's higher self. Near future. Blocks the union. What the feminine can do, what the masculine can do. The universe would have both do, but they have to affirm themselves first to do it, and then they'll get 100% support in that area. And outcome is 2 again. All right. Divine couple. Mature woman. This can be both the masculine and the feminine. In that place of surrender and having grown, aged, even spiritually, right? Progressed into we're in a new, healthier place where we don't react the same as maybe we had in the past. We're in this good place. This can also, again, be representative of the May-December relationships too, for some. Recent past. Long distance. Again, there's people coming together. Also, this recent past is rough water. Look at these rocky seas, the waves, the party of 3, the 3 sails on the boat. But again, that coming to an end. This, I'm sure, is associated with the world for some, and that completing that phase, and maybe that party of 3, but also with the 6 of swords, 6 of air, moving into calmer, stiller waters, the 4 of air, the 10 of air, the difficulties being over. Near future. Boom. The divine masculine is the near future. Maybe connecting with the feminine, having closed this gap, this distance, even if it was just, again, energetic. Masculine's higher self, passion, pursuing the passions, right? That was what I was talking about in the beginning. Blocks. Same old. Free will, basically. Again, you got to decide if you're going to, like, we know what you got to do. It's like when you know what you got to do, but then you have to actually do it. right? I know if I go to the gym and stop eating so much, I'm lose some weight. I have to actually do it, to actually go there, right? I have to actually cut back on calories, and then that'll work. I know if I, work 8 hours every day, I'm going to be compensated for that. But I have to actually do it. I can't take days off and whatever. I'm just saying I don't mean necessarily me in either case or any case, but, to give you an idea of what I'm saying. Like, we have to actually take the action rather than just knowing what we have to do. So when you get the opportunity, you're going to sit it out or you're going to dance. This person who's making this choice, quite often, a Capricorn, Scorpio, or Gemini, but doesn't have to be. It could be any sign. Any sign. But I was just thinking about how Capricorn, Scorpio, and Gemini, not as much Capricorn anymore since Pluto has gone direct. Pluto, Scorpio's ruler, in addition to Mars, Scorpio's other ruler, had both been retrograde in recent times in Capricorn. Again, both of Gemini's rulers now currently located in Scorpio, both Venus and Mercury. So that could be why, particularly now, those signs more so affected than perhaps others in this kind of scenario. But it doesn't have to be. Let's see what the feminine can do first. Fun times. Live life. Enjoy. Be appreciative of life. Remember the month of Heshvan. Pick something that you're going to do at least one day this month before the month of Heshvan is over, that enables you to just be. Just be. Just like, taking in life, enjoying life. Not doing, not, working, not putting your efforts into other people and other things. Just you and the universe existing harmoniously together. What the masculine can do here, destiny. Destiny. You can allow it to just play out. Step up to the plate, allow it to play out. Or you can fight it with your free will. That's up to you. This is just advice from the universe. What can the two do, either together or separately? The universe's advice to the two, with which it will, completely help them, fully support them, if they affirm to do it. Fighting like the karmic energy in situations. Working through those. The fair male for me in this deck represents karmic energy. It's kind of like my devil card for this deck. And representative of the sign of Capricorn, if we want to be more specific. This is basically, again, breaking away. What is the devil in this, representing the tarot? Like being stuck or feeling stuck, not really being stuck. It's like a perception of being stuck. So what the universe is willing to help you with is becoming unstuck. Whatever this means for you. If it's a relationship, a living situation, job, just fear, ego, pride, you have to resolve to wanting to be rid of that limitation. And, affirm with the universe, between you and the divine, that you're going to do this. And that you're asking for that support that has been offered to you, and then you will have it. And then the outcome. We got 2. Ooh. Gossip, yet again. But also gifts. And I think that the gossip and the gift, I think even the gossip this week is positive. Not that people talking about you, you know, necessarily is, but in the sense like it's like an envy, because it's like this is you winning. This is you winning and getting the prize at the end. Sort of like the Six of Wands that we just saw a moment ago. And so this is that, like, you know, the public recognizing that and say, ooh, you know, like, you know, do you see what she did? Do you see what he did? Or how that turned out? You know, still some hate behind it, of course. Envy. And everything, but you know, this is the outcome. You getting the award. So just like the other spread. Lastly, I want to look at the Universal Love Oracle and maybe also the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels. Beginning with Sorrow. Opening to Sacred Union. So like moving from this to this, basically. Moving from pain and sadness and separation to this partnership. Sacred Union. Oh. Opening to Creativity, which is a card very much like the Empress and the Three of Fire for me. It is about coming up with creative ways to pursue one's passions and to become more abundant, like the card, the masculine selected for himself in the first spread. As far as the zodiac signs, it does represent water signs for me, particular Pisces, with these, you know, this angel standing in this pool of water and these fish, which represent the sign of Pisces, jumping from the water. They're kind of translucent, so I don't know if you can see them, but they're there. Also fire signs and that fire energy with all these red clouds and this red angel that's here. The moon behind her is representative of Pisces also in the tarot, but could be Cancer in real life. The moon rules the sign of Cancer. There's some air energy here too, particularly Aquarius. She's got a star right over her third eye. The star represents the sign of Aquarius in the tarot. And further to that, she's a water bearer. She has this vessel in her hand from which water is spilling. But I've also opened to Abundance, which represents earth signs to me, as well as just Venus herself. The, again, planet and goddess of abundance. And when it shows up, there's a need to like spend more time with her, which is kind of like what I've been talking about and what I just finished talking about a few seconds ago. Lisa is related to the feminine and that sort of and the fun times and living life and spending time with the universe. In this case, spending time with Mother Nature. Sacred Union. And the Gateway. Gateway is about, again, a phase ending, which we've seen evidence of, and a new one beginning. Walking through this new doorway toward new opportunity, you know, new growth, but not alone, right? Not alone, and certainly not lonely. There's always support, especially if we call upon it. Guardian is what that is a reminder of. And Sacred Union, I'll do one more. Here's Inner Child. Again, air, energy, air, water, earth, and most specifically Aquarius as it relates to the air. And as it relates to the water, I would say most specifically Scorpio, because again, the two rulers of the air signs, Mercury and Venus, are both located in Scorpio right now. And they each also rule an earth sign. Mercury, ruler of Virgo, and Venus, ruler of Taurus. These three stars, very strategically located on the communication centers, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, the crown chakra. Definitely about air signs and communication. And again, specifically, most specifically, the sign of Aquarius. which is represented by the star in the tarot. This can be new, like new life. New life for a sacred union, right? A child, like representative of youth, new beginnings, fertile energy. Sacred union. And healing sounds. So this is about healing sounds. Some of us like guided meditation. I like binaural tones. You can use any genre of music, put on your headphones, and whatever makes you feel good and helps you to become centered is healing sounds. And if you can do it like outside, if you live in an area that's at all conducive to doing it with Mother Nature, then you've knocked out that abundance one too. Two birds with one stone, as they say. Overall energy is reflection, which is all about looking forward toward your goals. What are your goals? What are your dreams? Do you have what you need, to enter that next phase? Are you carrying stuff that you needed to put down? Like those burdensome wands, 10 of wands, the 10 of swords. You still walking around with those, with that hurt, with that betrayal, when you don't need to anymore and you shouldn't be anymore. It's a limitation. Drop it. And just like ensuring you're on track. Is there anything, again, that I'm carrying with me that I need to drop? Anything I left behind that I need to go back for before I go any further? That's reflection. Crowning the masculine, fear. Right out the gate. Well, let's get this out the way then. This is, again, one of those limitations that was holding him back. You're going to sit it out or you're going to dance? You got to shake off the fear, rejection, abandonment, some of the stuff that comes from childhood. It's connected to that inner child. Things that we need to face before we can really have the sacred union that we want. That's why they were side by side. Things we have to deal with first that have been holding us back, that have been restrictions. Like that Capricorn energy. They've been like the devil. We've felt stuck. Oh, I can't pursue my passions, for whatever reason. We make up excuses. Masculine surrounded by soulmate. Boom. All right, this is what he wants, but if he gives into this, then we can miss an opportunity. And it's funny because you gotta look at the general reading and this placement too. And when you see that and then this, it's gonna make you smile, I know. Masculine subconscious, expectancy. So this is also about blocking our own blessings, like expectations that it's sort of like us telling the universe what it needs to do in order for us to be able to move forward, as opposed to us following the guidance that it gives us. It's us like dictating to the universe what to do and the timing and all this. It's definitely a block, and the masculine needs to cease to do that. If he's doing that, it's a control issue, It's a control issue, and it's definitely attached to fear and ego. It's like the universe saying, go to the store and buy, XYZ. And the masculine saying, oh, I would, but I feel like I don't have enough money. And the universe is saying, like, go to the store. Oh, but, I might not make it in time. The door's going to close. And they're like, go to the store. Because the universe knows I don't care about those limitations that you're thinking about. I'm telling you to go to the store now. It's the prime time for you to go to the store. I'm going to make sure that you get there. I'm going to make sure you have enough money for the thing I want you to purchase. But, you know, as humans are slipping into fear and ego, you know, we come up with all kinds of reasons why we can't, why we're stuck, and then blow the opportunity. That's what this card is about. Feminine. Embrace, which is very much like Temperance for me in this deck. This is like my Temperance card for the Universal Love Oracle. This card looks like a couple in a super happy, you know, and tight and loving embrace. It is one person's inner masculine and feminine coming together in a harmonious way. It is that sort of healing and balance being restored to one being that Temperance brings. Again, Temperance represents the sign of Sagittarius. Feminine surrounded by celebration. This is about ascension for me. It can be actual celebration, something that makes us happy, very Three of Cups. But I associate the dove with like the Pentecost. So it's a celebration of spiritual growth and gifts being enhanced and things like that. Which can be definitely tied to this restoration and this healing that we're going through. That is healing energy from the universe. Universe helping you to become whole again, to become restored. Anything that you had lost along the way, any parts of you, you know, not only redeemed but made better. That's what the celebration is about. Feminine subconscious. Love. Aww. Well, that's the perfect place for us to be. Perfect mindset for us. Because that's the only thing that's real and the only thing that matters. Crowning. This Venus and air and earth coming together. So potentially more Taurus, more Virgo specifically of the earth signs, but it could be Capricorn too, of course. Definitely more air involved. And maybe most specifically Aquarius yet again, but Gemini and Libra also. And more importantly, the need to spend some time with Mother Nature in order to open up ourselves to the flow of abundance. We need to connect and we need to just be. At the roots, spiritual growth. That's why. Yeah, this is another confirmation that it is our gifts. It is ourselves that will be improved. That will be made better. We will be the reward. All right, a new and improved and better us, better version of ourselves is what will be the reward. This is our Six of Wands. This is our gift or present from the last spread. Spiritual growth. And the heart of matter. Healing sound. So this is a way, a means to this end, basically. This is one of the things that we can do as part of healing ourselves. This is what the universe is going to do for us. And this is something we can do for ourselves too. For the masculine, this is what he can do for himself in order to clear himself of this. As well as this, he can do for himself. And this. So further clarification of these. From the romance angels, beginning with reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. And opening to honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together, which is more of this Six of Swords energy in these calm, stiller waters. He leadeth me to still waters. I think that's why the Psalm 23 was so important this week. Because this is what's happening. Honeymoon. Honeymoon can also be about the honeymoon phase of a relationship, a new one, or one that is, again, unnewed, renewed. We're starting fresh energy, honeymoon phase. We're all giddy and in love. Engagement is about not only that growth and ascension that we've been talking about as individuals, but for the union too. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Honeymoon. And forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Isn't that what we're looking at right here with fear mirroring love? As you release and heal, release the past, whatever led to this, you experience more love in your present moments. Honeymoon. And healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, which is very true, but it's not only your parents. It is also any and everyone who is so impactful upon your life that unless you heal the relationship with them, you can't move on. And healing the relationship with them doesn't mean you have to make up with them, make nice and, kiss your face and whatever. If you're able to repair it and you're interested in repairing it, then repair it, because that is a way to heal the relationship. If not, walking away is too. That's also healing it. Forgiving yourself for your responsibility, your involvement, your part, forgiving them, even if they don't ask. Sometimes we've got to, accept the apologies that we're never going to get. And then moving on. Honeymoon, one more. Oh, they're showing me two more. Children. So those family members could be the other parent of your child. Could be your siblings, your own family, your parents. An ex. I consider those family members too, especially if we were married. Your love life is being affected by children. From a more positive standpoint, again, this is like could be representative of a new beginning, a new start, fresh energy in that area. And romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Also, it could be connected to that inner child and going back to some things from our past. Honeymoon. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Overall energy is it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Two again. I don't know what this is about today. That I keep picking up two, but I won't put one back. Like if I pick up two, then I want to lay down two. Crown of the masculine atop his fear. True love, this is of what he's afraid. Like, rejection, again, abandonment, and it stems from things in his past. So that's what he's got to deal with. But it's also important to face the fact that this is the romance of a lifetime, so that he doesn't, miss the chance to go for it now. A top soulmate, which is obviously connected to that true love too, is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. For some, this is literal. This is the masculine not feeling abundant enough, financially, materially. In some cases, because of some sort of family issue. Maybe because, he's got other children or, a former spouse or something to which he has to contribute, or family that he has to send money to. In another country or something, or just doesn't feel that he earns enough to provide. Some of them have got that going on. And then there's those for whom it's more metaphorical and just not feeling worthy and valuable and deserving of this kind of true love in particular. A top expectancy in his subconscious. Oh, that's where he had the two. It's telling you not to block your blessing. Again, why? Because this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So get out of your own way. Also, in the meantime, engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, you know, regardless of what you're doing, because that part is the destiny. A top embrace, which, as I said, is like temperance for me. That card with the couple hugging. Boom. This is coming back together. Coming back together. Tightly, harmoniously. In each card, there is a male and female hugging. This one they're back to back, but nonetheless, in each card, there's a male and female hugging. Embrace. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So that's part of being made whole too, with the temperance, right? Your other half is missing. It's 50-50, remember? So you need both pieces to make the whole. A top celebration, which this is definitely cause for celebration, is also what? Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring, so you're going to get a chance to. A top love, honeymoon. How perfect is that? Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. I can't think of any actual holidays that are coming up, so I don't think it's literal, although I could be missing something, forgetting something. There's a lot of cultures and, you know, the different ones. I'm not familiar with every single one. But it's at least like the honeymoon phase, or again, a fresh start. Love renewed, anew, you know, reconciled, resurged, or fresh for some. You know, they're just now coming together for the first time and getting to explore these romantic feelings. Crowning, a top retreat. The need to spend some time with Mother Nature, calling in your soulmate. That's why you got to get out there and get into a clear headspace, restore your chi and your zen and whatnot, because you're manifesting. Remember the Magician, Major Arcana card 1 was the overall. It was in this position in the last spread. We're bringing things into our life. For that, we have to be in this peaceful place. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations is what's going to help bring you together like this, like you want. Atop the spiritual growth card, playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So that's another way that the children card can be connected, right? The children is us. By stepping into that vibrant, youthful place is when we bring about positive energy for ourselves. And at the heart of the matter, atop the healing sounds, passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, like a healing sound, a song, to sing with joy. How appropriate is that? I think that's also telling us to be particularly aware and conscious of, you know, some of the songs and things we may hear. Particularly those of us who are and aware that we are clairaudient. Further advice to the masculine from the Angel Tarot. 9 of Fire, don't give up. You might feel weary, you might feel scared, not unsure, but don't give up. Protect that which you've created. The union, right? Have courage rather than fear, and believe in yourself. You do have value. You are worthy. The feminine values you. Maybe even if you don't yourself, she sees it. You do have it. Believe in yourself and go and, you know, make the moves you're guided to make by the universe. Feminine for us, the Queen of Earth, thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. And also with the Queen of Earth, I think this is guiding us again to spend some time with Mother Nature, just being. The Queen of Earth is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And this can also be a message to the masculine. Again, I was just saying, you know, she sees the worth, she sees the value. She's like the facilitator here of this pentacles, this coin energy, the finances and career. From the hashtag creepy deck to the masculine, boom, you got to deal with this. You got to pick, do something, you know, face whoever it is you need to face. It's time. Or not. Again, that's up to you. You got free will. But that's what you're guided to do. That's all I can tell you. For us feminine, it's a different kind of party of three. Family. And this is coming across very Empress too. And more, again, like new beginnings, nurturing, being. And it's kind of Trinity-ish too. This is making time for those around you, like this suggested too. Just being in a really, you know, good space. Keeping your energy elevated like that of a queen. But also grounded like that of the Queen of Earth. Right? Grounded in reality, connected to the universe from like a really practical point of view. From the romance angels to the masculine. Boom! Remember that expectancy card? I said it was a control issue. This right here. That's keeping you from this right here. Let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally. Feminine for us from the romance angels. You deserve love. You are lovable. This reading is full of Sagittarius energy. And Jupiter. Well, Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth. Also karma, right? People say luck. I don't believe in luck. Karma. And so that's why. It's what's making a lot of this possible. From the Universal Love Oracle to the masculine, the mystic. It's very high priestess. It's like you know what you need to do. And you know what? The high priestess came up for the masculine in the general reading too. The high priestess is somebody who is going to use her wisdom, her intellect, yes, but her intuition and her emotions, her gut feelings. And she's going to make that tough, you know, heart versus head decision, employing the best of all of those qualities, not just, you know, and doing what she feels makes the most sense and is best for the higher good based on those, not what other people think. She's not even going to let on to other people that she knows what she knows. She's just going to observe, take it all in, employ those attributes of hers and make a choice. The best choice. So that's what she got you to do. Pay close attention to your intuition, to signs, syncs, again, maybe even songs. Connect with Mother Nature. Using healing sounds. You can incorporate it all and together. Go outside and do your, you know, meditation, however you choose to do it. Go for a jog with some headphones on. That's meditation and healing sounds all wrapped up in one. And just listen. And just be and just listen. The mystic is an air sign or a water sign, just like the high priestess for me is a Gemini or a water sign. But in this case of the air signs, more specifically, Aquarius. And lastly, for the feminine, dreams. And this is very Neptune and Pisces. And yeah, making and dreams coming true. Also getting messages through dreams, communicating through dreams. Pairs very nicely with the masculine's card because this can be about communication. Air signs about communication. When it's Aquarius, particularly of the electrical, electronic kind, technology. So for me, that includes telepathy. This is talking to each other in our dreams, meeting each other in our dreams. And then making those dreams come true. This is part of the reflection and stuff too. Where are we going? Where we've been? Where do we want to go? What do we need to take with us? Pack light, right? Lighten your load. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the love reading. I'll be back with other stuff. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And emphasis on share because I had such a time with the love reading this week. So many of you didn't even get the notification It didn't show up even on my own channel for you. You just wouldn't have seen it had it not started automatically by itself after the general. So I don't want that again. Please, those of you who don't mind sharing, please do. Others of you, if you're not yet a subscriber and you want to be a subscriber, please click on the subscribe button and then the bell so that you get the notifications. And if you like the video, you enjoy the video, you find it helpful to you in your life, please actually like the video, because that helps me to continue to bring it to you, because that helps to encourage YouTube to put it in your feed. All right. Thanks, guys. Namaste.